Yeah, I saw this and I just thought we've been talking about Elon and sort of go along with the theme. I thought it's quite interesting how large the market cap is compared to some of the biggest brands in the car market at the moment.
Mm.
So, how many companies are there? I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 car manufacturers.
But then you've got to think as well, Toyota, Volkswagen, they make numerous cars, right? Like,
Yeah,
within their field.
yeah, exactly. Like Volkswagen have Seat, as we both know.
Seat owners.
Audi. Who else they got? Lamborghini.
Lamborghini. Is it Bentley? Yeah, Bentley.
Yeah, yeah, it's Bentley.
Skoda.
Skoda, yeah. So, like, if you go out on like UK streets, UK roads, you're guaranteed, without a doubt, to see at least, if you're just going on a 5 minute walk, you're going to see at least 20 Volkswagen cars.
Yeah. So a car from the Volkswagen group, yeah.
Yeah, from the group, yeah.
And then the rest are probably BMWs and Mercs.
So, like, if you compare that to Tesla, who have a market cap of over 1 trillion, and
it's mental.
Volkswagen have got a market cap of
101 billion.
101 billion.
So it's a tenth.
Yeah, it's 10 times higher than.
But Tesla's
which is insane.
Market cap's artificial though, right? It's a bubble that's about to could
yeah. Be. So this is why I brought the pictures to our attention. Just want to say, like, just even if you look at the gross revenue of all those companies compared to Tesla's, how Tesla is worth so much is sort of doesn't make any real sense. I understand. I can see where Tesla are going in the future, and I can see that they will be big players one day. They're already getting there, but to have a market cap of that much, it seems a bit extreme. And I've always wanted to look at buying some Tesla shares, but I just can't justify it at the moment. I just think it is way too high. And it's purely on speculation that Tesla are going to be developing to this company, this futuristic company that is going to take over the car industry. But for now, it's sort of just the price of it is sort of a no from me. But there's potential there, massive potential, but I can't see it growing any further. As far as I understand, you get burnt because nobody knows when the bubble bursts. You're not the only one betting on if, but also on when. That's people talking about shorting Tesla. I think Bill Gates has got a short on Tesla. Elon called him out about it. But I feel like there's a bit of it's definitely in a bit of a bubble at the moment. And as these guys are saying, you just don't know when or if it's going to pop. But when it does, it won't be a pretty sight. Tesla has a massive build in the future premium that other tech companies like Google, Amazon, Apple, Netflix, Facebook get or used to get. It basically amounts to these guys understand this future shit and everyone else is clueless. So throw money at them. Netflix was the future of TV until we reached a point where streaming is kind of here and not that interesting anymore. That's a very good point, I think. You've seen everyone knows, well, we discussed it last week, right? Did we discuss it last week? Yeah, Netflix are losing subscribers.
Yeah.
Their share price has been affected by that dramatically. So what I think will happen to Tesla is you're seeing these other companies building EV cars and focusing more on the future. They've seen the threat that Tesla has, but these companies have already got the capabilities to build cars on a mass scale. They've been doing it for years. Like a lot of them have been around since the early part of last century.
Yeah.
So they've been doing that. They know exactly what they're doing, and all they have to do is incorporate this tech that Tesla has, and you'll start to see people's faith in Tesla start to decline a little bit, as what's happening with Netflix. When Disney came out, Netflix were new to the scene, disrupted the market. Disney came, who have been doing it for the best part of 100 years as well.
Disney would have been dominating for a long time, and then they come out with Disney Plus, which just went mental. But I've got a good question then for you. So when Netflix came out, that was sort of the death of Blockbuster and all these sort of rental companies and all the old-fashioned types of ways of getting entertainment. And also, it probably did. I don't know the figures, but it probably had quite an impact on cinemas, and the price of cinemas obviously going up because of less people attending them. Do you think Tesla coming in as the Netflix of EVs will have an impact on car companies that are already out there? That are going to be, if not already, late to going into the EV market?
I think the benefit Tesla have at the moment is the amount of data that they hold, because they've been around they've been around for a long time, but I think they really started to blow up in around 2016. People you actually seeing Teslas on the road.
Yeah.
So say they've amassed that much data over the past 6 years on the way people drive for their automated cars anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be ahead of the game in that sense. They're producing an algorithm that is going to be used to automate driving, and the best way to do it is by using data from real life driving situations, where the other cars aren't collecting, or the other car manufacturers aren't collecting this level of data that Tesla are.
Yeah.
When it comes to automation of cars, that's where I see the value in Tesla. But these car companies that we just looked at are massive. Like
VW Group, for example.
VW Group's huge. So can I see Tesla overtaking them, where they've built up brand loyalty for so many years? I don't know.
The thing is with Tesla, as much as they create cars, they are a software company. You can see with the way that the car is. But like you buy the car and you might not be happy with a certain upgrade you did. For example, the 0 to 60, and I'm pretty sure on the app you can just pay on the app to unlock your 0 to 60 to increase.
Yeah, you can pay extra, kind of, to download the software to just to unlock that one thing. Well,
mental.
I think it's only on the certain cars, because some of them have. So you've got your front wheel drive or rear wheel drive cars, one of the two, but they've only got 2 motors. Whereas the 4-wheel drive car's got 4 motors. So if you've got the 4-wheel drive car anyway without the performance pack, then you can download the performance pack and then unlock the extra performance out of the motors.
Right.
I believe that's how it works.
Which is crazy. I mean, if that's just the first step of this software, then further down the line, you're just literally going to add, like you would download an app on your phone or on your computer. You're just going to download these apps. That's
where I sort of think Tesla are leading the pack in terms of they think like a technology company, not like a car manufacturer.
Yeah, they're a software company. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So they're going to be ahead of the game, I think, for some time. But it's only a matter of time till VW get somebody in to start implementing these technologies into their cars. whether they team up with another tech company.
Yeah.
Because Apple tried to get into the EV automated car market.
They're still. Well, let me just close that for now. Sorry. They're still rumored to be working on the EVs, right?
But I think they teamed up with a car manufacturer.
All right. See, they're really stush about it. They don't release much information about what they've been doing, but they're just coming straight out with a fully autonomous car, right? They're not just going to do an EV.
Okay.
That's what I think's going on.
What are your views on autonomous cars?
Autonomous cars. Well, I do enjoy driving, so it would be a bit weird. But at the same time, I can't really see them coming out anytime soon.
I think
the roads aren't ready.
Yeah, like I think the whole infrastructure of our roads will need to change.
Yeah.
Maybe even nobody, like no human can drive a car whilst there's autonomous cars on the road.
Yeah. Well, I reckon there'll be a transition period where only, for example, the motorways to begin with, you'll be able to go fully autonomous like you can now.
Yeah, you already can do that kind
with
of
the
stuff.
Teslas, yeah. And then they'll add a few more roads on, big roads, and then a few more on until they get to...
I guess they'll do like pilot schemes in certain cities. I'm not sure if they're already sort of doing that or not. Maybe in California.
Maybe.
Because I did see a video of a Tesla driving on normal roads, and it cut a corner a little bit and hit one of the bollards on the side of the road. But one thing, a bit of a philosophical question, is who does the car protect? Does it protect the driver, or does it protect the pedestrian? So if you're in a situation where a pedestrian runs out and the car's got no other choice but to go straight into a tree and injure the driver or potentially kill the driver, or the other option is it runs over the person, what decision does the car make?
So, as a human driving and you're in the same situation, your natural reflex is...
You'd go into the tree.
To go into the tree. Yeah, because you're stopping that immediate danger where the tree's like a second-hand danger, right?
Yeah, like... Because you're not really focusing on the tree whilst you're driving. You're focusing on what's going on in front of you.
Yeah.
So if someone like runs out, you're just going to swerve and you're going to go into a tree and you won't even notice the tree's there.
Yeah.
You just swerve like instinctively.
Because that's a second thought, right? That tree.
Yeah. But an autonomous car will know there's a tree there.
But then, because it's a car and it thinks like a machine, like a computer, surely it won't just be two different options. Surely there'll be more options. Like, what about just a stop?
Yeah, but you can't stop instantly.
Why? I've seen some bus in Japan or something that just instantly stops.
It stops instantly?
Yeah, it probably kills off the passengers though, but... So that
if that's an option, then the car will obviously choose that option, but I don't know. I don't think a car, if you're traveling like 40 miles per hour,
there'll be some sort of mechanism, right, which will just you're not going to use it all the time. That emergency feature will only come in an emergency.
Yeah, it just stops. But then it'll still be a bit skid.
That's true. Well, what's your answer to that question?
I don't know. It's just going to be how it's programmed. So the selfless answer would be to go into the tree.
But then how do you get that? There's no way it'll pass a health and safety regulation or whatever.
If the car can injure its driver and passenger.
Or if it's that if it's able to.
Then I guess it depends, because if you've got children in the back and it's a middle-aged man crossing the road,
So it's got to determine it could work. Who's got more to lose?
But then how can you say, like, it's a difficult question, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Like,
can't take.
If it was a choice, any human, and it said if you had a choice to one person loses their life and it's a young boy or a middle-aged man, most people, I think, most people would choose the middle-aged man, because the young boy's still got the rest of his life ahead of him. And
Yeah, but ethically, that's just not right. I don't think there's. Well, obviously, it's a philosophy question. There is no right answer to it, but
I guess if the infrastructure of roads changed, where you could only cross at pedestrian crossings, then the person that runs out on the road, it's kind of their fault.
yeah,
Like, you wouldn't run on a train track.
yeah. But
If the train hit you, then it's not the driver's fault, it's your fault.
yeah, and the train's basically autonomous in the sense that it only goes one route.
Yeah.
Because there's one track.
And they can't stop in time.
Maybe the car could do the same thing, because if you walk out, you're at fault. You shouldn't have walked into the road when the car's there. Or if they are going to, this will take years, but if they are going to develop all the roads, have that little safe zone next to it where there's no trees. But that's just not going to work, because you can't do that to every single. But then maybe go with flying cars then. Elon said as well that flying cars won't happen.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen.
What did he say? Something about something hitting him on his head. Like if
remember, like old school movies, sci-fi movies, they always had flying cars for the future.
Futurama.
Back to the Future.
I swear, Back to the Future. I don't know which one it was.
Number 2 was set in 2015.
Was it 2015, weren't it? And it's just nothing like what they thought it was going to be.
You had them hoverboards, but they weren't really hoverboards, were they? They were just some boards with 2 wheels on.